Okay, then let's continue with some of the practical work concerning Zisaku Duse, basing that work on the $9 million plan for Malawi, where Chisomo is supposed to be taking care of $9 million and how we're going to spend it in areas like Mangochi, Mchinji, and Zomba and Katabe, with some of the tools and the strategies that I have devised while being in Africa over the last 6 years, which is what my project was. I went home, I left everything here, and I went home to basically look at dynamics and trends and to understand what dynamics we would be using in order to make our plans successful. Because without taking dynamics into consideration, even the best of plans will fail. Because the people have a propensity to behave a certain way, and that propensity needs to be respected, otherwise you lose out. And that's also one of the big problems that the Oxfams and the concerns have been doing, and that's how we lost a lot of money. There was not enough time taken to look at dynamics and respect dynamics. There's the intrusion and the missionary mentality of saying teach them how to do this and teach them how to do that, blah 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 blah. And I happened to spend some time with my wife, who's from the United States in America, in Malawi, and much as they mean the best and mean well, whatever, as Americans and as African Americans, that idea of missionizing or whatever, of not understanding the importance of understanding dynamics, is still deeply ingrained inside of African Americans, so that the divide is still great between us as black people. So that's another huge area which to me has had me like, oh my God, how are we gonna deal with this? Blah, how can I be married to somebody like this who thinks like this or cannot see this? And it's just being like, oh my God. But God is seeing us through, and hopefully we will work it out. So uh Zisakuduse and the planting of trees is based on understanding these dynamics and where we need to be going to. Enough of the philosophical side of it. Let's stick with the planting of trees. Planting of trees, we have a reggae dollar. This is our tool for raising money. The $9 million or whatever is going to be done through a reggae dollar. That means that everybody who listens to reggae music, everybody who loves Rastafari, loves Africa, will be downloading this for the first transaction. And then to each download, to each transaction, we're actually going to be sending a physical reggae dollar to that person, to a physical account. And that physical dollar would have been printed on recycled paper that's been recycled in Malawi by Malawian women and children. Okay? And that is an environmental thing to do. And Chisomo is running that. Chisomo is the one who's in touch with the recycling, the women, the printing of all these things, and then putting them into the post office and sending them abroad, which means that now the post department will also be making a little more money now because we're buying stamps again, right? Yeah, beautiful. Having said that, these reggae dollars are going to be signed. You know, they're going to be signed. Some of them will be signed by celebrities. For example, if we have a brother like Akon, who has many fans, and he says to his fans, buy a reggae dollar, download a reggae dollar. They download it, they get the money, and then basically Akon would have some reggae dollars which he would sign, and they would be sent to the people, a few of them, and they'll be costing a lot. But the main people who want to sign these reggae dollars, especially in our campaign called Plant a Tree and Clean the Ocean, they're going to be signed by children. Grown-ups, parents are going to be buying a reggae dollar signed by children. And what the children are going to be saying is, thank you, mom, thank you, dad, thank you, uncle, for raising money to make sure that we can plant trees so that I, as a child, have a future on the planet. Okay? So for that, we are organizing schools right across the world to be signing reggae dollars in the name of Plant a Tree, Clean the Ocean. which is the slogan for Zisakuduse Planet Festivals. Okay? And Zisakuduse Planet Festival is owned by Malawians through Princess Aminata Foundation, which is set together, which is put up by myself, Jimmy Anderson, Chisomo Njewa, and a Belgian by the name of Ronnie van Langenecke. The three of us are Princess Aminata Foundation. It is named after my daughter, Aminata, who I abandoned many years ago when I realized the situation that we're in as a people and as a planet, and that something extraordinary had to be done, that I had to break out of a structure in order to create a new structure to guarantee that our generations will have a fighting chance to survive. So I'm very happy to make this video, and I really hope that my personal critics, especially the people who have accused me of being an irresponsible father, of abandoning my child, I hope they appreciate the work that I'm doing for the sake of their children. Okay, so you can see that there's a lot of anger there, and a lot of personal anger in there, because I have suffered a lot at the hands of people's opinions who have not understood these plans. I need you to be serious about understanding these plans and hurry up to implement them, because it's not to do with my ego, it's to do with the survival of your children. Okay, my daughter included. All right, so we've brought in the reggae dollar, and there's different categories of the reggae dollar. There's the reggae dollar, which is green, which is for reforestation and agriculture, that goes for $10. There's the one that is blue for marine biology, that goes for $20. There's one that is red for our blood and our health, which goes for $50. And that red one is connected to the killings that we have here amongst our own children in the UK. Okay, gun crime, which means that we're going to go into the schools to get children involved in plant a tree, clean the ocean, make them realize the wealth that they have as owners of this planet, as landlords of this planet, so that we don't have beef with one another to the point of where we are stabbing each other for no reason. You know, so there's a great element of responsible parenting put into this project. There's a great element of reviving old industries like the post office. There's great elements of supporting women's industry and recycling paper and all these different things. There's a whole array of things which, you know, we can leave it to the imagination of women who love nature and love the children. This thing can go in all directions, which is why we really need the women Cool Mom Records to step up, take their positions in Cool Mom Money and in Hawa, and let's get this ball rolling, because I've done as much as I can as a man. It's time for the women to take over and run this thing.